What's up, everybody? My name is Keir, and you are watching the important things that really matter. Today, we're going to continue on with the Artist You Are the Business series, specifically talking about the independent artists. And in this particular section or this particular part, we're going to be talking specifically about contracts, how important contracts are. Contracts are extremely important. Did you hear what I said? Contracts are extremely important. Matter of fact, they're so important. Anybody start talking about contract with you, you should kind of start getting a little nervous, maybe even a little bit scared when people start talking about contracts. Anyway, before we get into it, would you please like, would you please share, and would you please subscribe? I need your help in trying to build this channel. This channel is going to cause many people to save them. It's going to cause a lot of people to save a whole lot of money, hundreds of thousands of dollars, or hundreds of thousands of dollars. Not only is this channel going to help people to save a whole lot of money, but this channel is also going to save a lot of people a whole lot of pain and suffering also too. So, having said that, please like, please share, please subscribe, and let's get into it. Well, contracts are extremely important. If you sign the wrong contract, it can affect you the rest of your life. If you sign the wrong contract, you can literally be signing your life away. One of the contracts that you should be extremely aware of and extremely cautious of is with the contracts that they call the 360-degree contracts. And these are contracts where they make money off of everything that you do, period. This is where they make money off of everything. CD sales, any movies, any merchandise that you come up with, they being the record label, so it's going to have control over those things. If you happen to get into one of those type of contracts, it is extremely important. Matter of fact, if you're an independent artist, you get to keep your name. But if you decide you want to work with the record label can say, okay, well, we not only own your music, but we own your name, and you can't even use your name. That is some crazy stuff when you can't even use your name. And if you think that's silly, I think that you need to go back and do a little research on a particular artist by the name of Prince, where at one particular point in time, he couldn't even use his name. He was known as the artist formerly known as Prince. And you can be in a contract with the record label and they have control over you not even being able to use your own name. That's some crazy stuff, ain't it? Crazy stuff. But like I said, if you don't believe me, go do a little research on Prince. Go see who owned a majority, if not all, of his music, his lyrics, and all that stuff. Research as to why he had to call himself the artist formerly known as Prince. This is what can happen to you if you happen to sign the wrong contract. And many times independent artists eventually may find out they might need a little bit more help, so they'll go to the record label to help them out. And if you sign the wrong contract, you can give up ownership of your masters. It's not a good thing. You basically be put in bondage and get little to nothing. And then they have complete control over you. They can make you do stuff you don't even want to do because they always is hanging this amount of money over your head. So these are things you need to take into consideration. It is extremely important that you watch what you sign. You are not going to understand the average music industry contract. Most people with a Bachelor of Science degree from a university and a master's degree and probably even a PhD is not going to understand a contract from the music industry. So the first thing you should do if any person decides to give you a contract is you should just take your hands and put your hands in your pocket. Don't sign anything. Even if you think you understand it, don't sign anything. What you want to do is take the contract to an attorney and have the attorney look over the contract for you. Then I would even say do this too after the first attorney takes a look at it, and you can't just have any old attorney take a look at it. You want to have an attorney look at it that has years and years of experience in the music industry, not just in, okay, I do music law and they do corporate law and they do some other type of law. Nah, you don't want nobody like that. You want somebody that has been in the music industry for many, many years and has many, many years of experience. Then, even after that person looks over your contract, you might want to find another attorney to look over the contract that the first attorney looked at, just to make sure that, and see what they say, and are they saying the same thing that the first attorney said. This is how important it is for you not to sign the wrong contract. And on top of that, you better make sure that the attorneys that you're dealing with don't have any business, any past business with the record labels, because the attorney that you could be working with, they may already be working for the music industry. And if they are already working in the music industry, is that person going to give you a good deal, or is that person going to have you really as the best of their interests when they already work for the music industry? There are good attorneys, but there are also a lot of bad attorneys too. That's why you got to check behind people. Even when people say it's good, it's something good and you should go ahead and sign it, you don't know if they work for the music industry already. And if they do, bottom line is this, and I'm trying to help you. Bottom line is this. Many people in the music industry will tell you that it is common practice to screw over the artist. It is common practice to screw over the artist. So since it is common practice to screw over artists, you got to do everything you can possible to not be screwed over. And one of the best ways to not be screwed over is don't sign anything. Don't sign anything. Put your hands in your pocket. Let one attorney look over your stuff, then have another attorney look over it. And these people got to be really good, have been doing business in the music industry for years. And you better make sure that they are highly recommended by other people and other artists. And then also make sure that the artists that are recommending these particular attorneys, you also got to make sure that they have some common sense, because some people will recommend a bad attorney to you because that attorney screwed over them, and hey, it's about time for somebody else to get screwed over. And they recommend a person to you knowing that person's gonna screw over you because that same attorney screwed over them. Follow what I'm saying? It's anytime somebody starts talking about contracts, just put your hands in your pockets. And if somebody brings you a contract and that contract is like 1/4 of an inch thick or 1/2 inch thick, you can almost automatically assume that there's something in that contract that's going to screw over you greatly. The reason why people bring you thick contracts is as you're going through all this contracts, they know you're going to miss it. They gave you too much stuff to read. It's sensory overload. It's overloading your mind. It's overloading your brain. It's overloading your eyes. They know it's going to overload you because they're bringing you a 1/2 inch thick contract, a 1/4 inch thick contract. There's no reason to have a contract that thick. You could almost guarantee you're being screwed over just by the thickness of the contract. So, once again, somebody start talking to you about signing a contract, put your hands in your pockets, don't sign nothing. I suggest you better pray about it. You think I'm joking? I'm not joking. You better pray about it. You better do what they say in the Bible. You better watch and pray. Watch and pray. Watch and pray. And wait. Don't sign nothing. Because if you sign something and it's a bad deal, some people might want you to sign a contract because you're a highly talented artist and based upon their talents, abilities, and skills. So they may have you sign a contract just to put you on hold or put you off to the side for 5 to 7 years so that you're not of a threat to one of their other artists. If you don't think they don't do that, they do that all the time. That's why they can have you sign a contract, produce your CD, produce your music in their studio, and then don't even release it. So that puts you on hold until the end of your contract. You don't want to have a contract that's a long-term contract. So once again, anybody start talking about contracts, put your hands in your pockets, have a couple of very, very well-known, very highly recommended attorneys look over the contracts. And even after you have them look over the contracts, do like I said before, watch and pray. Watch and pray. Watch and pray. Still, still take your time, because you do not want to be bound to something that's going to end up affecting you the rest of your life. Also too, like I stated in the last video, make sure that you have a very, very common contract that you need to use as an independent artist, the work for hire agreement. This is a contract which you will have artists that you may have come in and sign the work for hire agreement. The work for hire agreement will specifically talk about that they don't have any ownership of anything, and that whatever they get paid is what they get paid, and that's it. So that's pretty much the body of the work for hire agreement. You have them sign this before they even go on the vocal booth. You have their money ready for them after they finish. They go on the vocal booth, they sing some tracks. When you're happy with the tracks, thank you very much. That person that signed that work for hire agreement, you give them their money and they be on about their way. Work for hire agreements, work for hire contracts are very important. So that somebody don't come back later on and say they have ownership in your music or the song. So work for hire agreements, work for hire contracts are very, 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 very important. And you need to have that done so that you don't have any problems in the future with anybody. Would you please like? Would you please share? Would you please subscribe? Because I'm trying to get this channel to grow and grow tremendously. Appreciate your help and peace.